Welcome to Live with April Diamond with special guest Erica Woods. How she created her character Pop, a female gangster on the show Raising Kanan.
So tell me about Pop. Tell me about your character. Tell me what it was like to get on the set and start being her. What did you go through in that process of becoming a gangster?
Well, first and foremost, I had to not be starstruck. Like, you're
Yeah.
like Omar Epps. It was like, okay, I'm trying to stay focused. Like, but for me, first of all, I wanted to figure out like her trauma.
Yeah.
Who she is, what's her deal. So I automatically was like, she doesn't have any family, like no family, because that'll harden you. I'm like, she doesn't have parents,
right?
No siblings, uncles, and snaps. And I just was like, she just grew up in this, you know, and they're her world.
That's like, the only life
these are her world. That's all she knows. Yeah. And when that's all you have, that raises the stakes. So I worked with that. Then I was like, what is she going to look like? And I knew that she would just be very, very, very meticulous. Like there were days when cause she was very meticulous with like her nails, but there were days when I didn't have time to get the nails done. I'm like, oh, she wouldn't do this,
right.
Pop. But yeah, very meticulous. Her hair, I knew, I wanted it to be short. It just a lot of different things. And then I just wanted her to have some backstory and why she did what she did. And then they also gave us some, because these are based on people that 50 Cent knew in his life. So there was some backstory there too. So she was a bank robber.
Wow.
Yeah, so I figured she'd be a chameleon. So she'd wear her hair many different ways. She'd be very articulate. Yeah. And then I just I worked on just building a chemistry. Because of course I'm working with my partner, but really trying to build a different type of chemistry, because now we have bodyguards, we have workers. And so that took a lot at the start to build.
So you built the character, and they gave you some specifics, but isn't it true that, and I haven't been a character on a show, so I don't know this, but
you will be gorgeous. You will be. I'm claiming it, man.
Thank you. You're sweet. It's like they also give you the freedom to create something, and sometimes a lot of times what you create, and this is what actors tell me, they say it's better than what they had originally planned, and they're like, oh no, yeah, go with that. Yeah, I like that. That's a great idea. It's a version of you, but a version of you that would never be, but if you were, this is what it would look like, kind of thing.
Yeah, I played with a lot of her sexuality. Her they wanted her a little more serious. I wanted her to be a flirt. I wanted her to be a weapon. And I also wanted to play with her voice. I'm like, yes, she's a New Yorker, because Snaps, his voice is so powerful. And I was like, I wanted them to be able to, because that's part of their disguise. Like if they're somewhere else and they're wanted, they're not New Yorkers. They can blend in anywhere with their dialects. So I wanted her to have a little bit of New York, a little bit of down south, so that her voice was very, very important for me.
Right.
So I did a lot of studying just different people from Queens, a little bit of Harlem, Arkansas.
Wow.
Just trying to figure out what was her voice going to be, and how deep was it going to be, and just different things, like her walk, things like that.
Right.